Effective schools provide a safe, secure, and cared-for environment for children to learn in. The ability of children to learn well does not only depend on the skills and dedication of their teachers, but also on whether the environment is clean, safe, and secure. Children learn well when they are cared for, and badly when they are scared. Remember this when listening to our teachers discussing school infrastructure, parents and the community, safety, security, and discipline.
The government can only provide buildings and pay for the educators' salaries. But the maintenance of these buildings are a responsibility of the school. And it takes a hard-working school governing body to ensure that the school properties are properly maintained.
Our subcommittee basically handles all infrastructure at school, and it is basically to see to the maintenance of existing facilities that we do have, and then also to the erection of other facilities or new facilities that we need, that we must still obtain. And we are concentrating at this moment basically not on erecting new buildings or making additions, but rather to see that we utilize what we have at this point in time, that we utilize that fully and effectively.
I realize that we have a lovely building, we have lovely school grounds, but there is no water. We're using the municipality water that is very expensive. The school pays around 10,000 to 12,000 rand a month. So really it was a big financial burden on the school. I wrote a letter to the Department of Water Affairs and they assist us. They sink the borehole for us. We save now, the school does huge amount of money on our municipality account.
You know that our community is having a problem with water, and of course it affects the school. But the SGP intervened by making sure that we have got a machine here as well as a tank to store that particular water. So the water problem has been alleviated, and we are in a process of making sure that the water is also installed within the toilets. Then the second project is that one of the hall. It is the SGP's role, together with parents, to ensure that the hall is completed before the end of this year.
The parents said we'll build some temporary shacks so that we can accommodate those learners in those temporary shacks. So that is what the parents did. They built those structures so that we can use them as our classrooms. That even the fence that you see is not a very strong and a good fence, but our parents did that. They bought this and they installed it themselves. But it shows that there is something that the parents can do. They don't simply fold their arms and say, let us wait for the department and to do 1, 2, 3. They do try.
Our parents again should take part, maybe asking us, like, how was the school today? It was fine. We wrote a test and just a little bit tricky here and there, and then discuss this. They should ask us how we perform at school and everything.
My parents are very involved in the school. My dad was the chairman of the governing body and I used to see him very often at the school. My mom would attend meetings, my mom and dad would attend all the meetings. My mom would contribute to all the functions and the cake sales. My parents are very motivating and supportive of me in my schoolwork. They don't nag me to do my homework because I motivate myself to do it, but they will always ask how my exam's going and try and motivate me to do better and encourage me when I'm feeling down.
I cannot overemphasize the importance of the parents really supporting the school and also to take pride in the school. And once you have achieved that, they in turn becomes the watchdogs of the school. Burglaries and vandalism, of course, basically disappear overnight. If they see anything wrong, they will approach people or they will report it to the powers that be to see to certain things when we are not here.
They play a very important role because in the first place, they are the ones who build schools in their communities. And then they also maintain the buildings, they paint the schools, they ensure that there is electricity, they pay for that electricity and the water. And again, in as far as the plumbing is concerned, when we have damaged pipes, they come and they fix them.
The community that I serve has not recognized its own past, and in fact our country has not recognized its past, and therefore we decided to establish direct recognition of the past of this area. We have recognized the English white community in the name of the school and in the name of the houses. We've recognized the local people in the names of our fields, and we've recognized in a particular ceremony that we had a few years ago, the coloured community with their Khoi ancestry. The mission that I have of building the confidence of the people with which I work, and we do definitely do that on an educational ground, but doing it in a much deeper way of giving them pride in their ancestry was and is even more important.
Parents of the learners, they are farm workers, and they work from early in the morning till late at night. So it's very difficult to get them to come to school when we experience problems. So what we have decided is to go to them. At the end of the quarter, we visit the parents on the farms. We go with the learners by bus to the farms, and then we deal with the problems that we experience and that we can discuss with the parents.
The involvement of parents in the school is to help with the fundraising of the school, and whenever there is problems at the school, we are there to help them sort it out.
We have a parents' association, which is primarily a fundraising body. It's not a committee, it's a group of parents, as many parents as are prepared to get involved, form part of this group, and they tackle fundraising projects together. And this year, for example, one of the most successful fundraising projects was the Mother and Daughter Tea that was held on Heritage Day. For me, the money is nice, but to see the parents having fellowship together and being on the school campus, doing something for the school is actually more important.
The important task for the RCL is to raise funds. Example, there was a boy diagnosed with bone cancer. He was in grade 12, and in this month he needed an operation, so the school raised funds for him, but then he passed on, but they still raised the funds and they gave it to his parents to go for his funeral.
Fundraising is hard work. That's the first thing that I must tell you. Sometimes the people come to the school and say, oh, you've got this and that, and they think it fell from the sky, but it's not so. It's very, very hard work nowadays. The first thing to get money from the parents. But there's also another side of the story. That money is not enough. It will never be. So you have to go to companies. And sometimes I stay late at night and I wrote about 100 letters. And then I only get one response. But that is what you must do if you want to give these children the best education they can get.